We're only getting like quite cherry-picked pieces of footage. Fox, you have to keep that in mind. Like, they will have been in demos as well. The real challenge will be trying to get a server, because this is a live service game, right? Trying to get a server to allow so many people to do that at the same time in all of these different places in the world and for everything to work right. That is really crazy shit. Like, if you look at something like GTA 5, it only works on, you know, servers of a smallish amount of people, right? And they're privately run. To create something like that on a grand scale, live service, that's hard. That's really hard. So, although the game is very, very interesting, it's definitely doing something different, and I'm there for it. Yeah, I just think it's incredibly ambitious, and I want some time to pass and it to get a bit closer towards an eventual release. The system requirements will be very high, no doubt, for an answer. It's not going to be anytime soon anyway, Quantum. I would sincerely doubt that an answer will be before 2027 at the earliest. I know people are getting very hyped for it because they've seen some stuff. I don't want people thinking it's going to like come out early next year or something. It's just not happening. There's no way. And if they can somehow do that, they're miracle workers that defy physics and logic. For a 2070 Super. It's not a bad card. Man, the 10... I don't know about the 1060, but the 1080 lasted me for a very, very long time. Far past what it should have. The 1080 was such a great card. $1080 is actually one of the best cards ever made. Such a monster card. I know people who still run like modern games on a 1080 on very low settings, but like it still gets by. It still gets them there. Yeah, the 10 series are just a great set of cards. $1080 still sell for a fair bit. You sell a 1080 like in good nick. It still actually sells, like people still buy it. Modern game optimization say shit. I don't know. I wish I knew the details of that, but like almost every game nowadays has a memory leak problem. I think every game I play has a memory leak issue of different amounts. Yep, that too. Compression is not not it anymore. Then we need Basement 7 for March of the Undead. I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. I think it's definitely not what it used to be. I guess it's because they have other priorities. Or maybe it's just not possible with the amount of data there is now. I'm not sure. I'm certainly not an expert in the matter. Get us out of here. Now we need to go to floor 6. from floor 5. We get down the stairs and we look for the weekly chest. 3080 Ti is a really good card, Fox. It's a really, really good card that will still probably last for a very long time. It's a real sweet spot card. No, the chest is not up. So now we just need to hand our stuff. Yeah, considerably more, Fox. Lavana's class change? Yeah, I don't know. Probably? I mean, Knight is not bad. Like, Knight is a good subclass anyway. I could see her being a thief. No, actually, it's really against her character, isn't it? Probably not a thief. I think her character is, like, really against thievery. This is some slick weeklies. We actually did great work there. Oh, we need our pass. That is not what I'm looking for. Submission pass. One of the few sources of gems in this game. Getting Priest. I don't think Priest is the worst. Priest is perfectly fine. Having cures is pretty important. So be the first Lord. I think they'll announce it when they're going to do Lord. They'll make a big thing about it. It's kind of meant to be back row, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't always make sense what they change their classes to. Like, look at Arboris. He is a priest, which is... yeah. Hello, Wababoo! What is up? How's Chili doing today? She's good. She's been a terror all day long. Her and Sugar have been playing basically the whole day long. They've just been chasing each other around the house. Out into the garden. All up and down all the stairs. Living the dream. Good day, fine man. Have the rose. Welcome in, man. It's okay. We all have the rose. We all want the rose. We're just going back through to get the Harkin again in Abyss 3. You should probably do our Limbus dailies too. How these new gachas will fare. I do hope CZN does indeed do something good at its gacha so we don't have to worry about the 50-50. I would love for them to. But I feel like if they were going to, they would have announced something about it right now. They would have made a big deal about it. I can only hope and pray for CCN's gacha because that really has put a lot of people. Which is sad. It's really sad. Yeah, we talked about it quite a lot. The weapon, but yeah, for me the weapon banner sucks more. 100% Milky Way. I'm totally with you. I actually don't give a fuck about 50-50. I couldn't give a shit about 50-50. Weapon banners bother me a lot. Weapon banners I really don't like, and like weapons being mixed in with the characters I also don't really like. I'm a purist, you know. Like we've been saying the last couple of weeks, we've really been talking about this quite a lot, about how traditional gachas, like gacha systems, just don't work for a lot of people anymore. And companies have really started moving away from them. So to launch one with that very archetypical gacha system, that 50-50, that weapon banner, that hoyo pilling basically, it's a bold move nowadays. It's a pretty bold move. It means you're either very confident your game is extremely good, or you're out of touch. Exactly, Fox, exactly. If you use Hoyo's system, you're always going to be compared to Hoyo, and guess who's played Hoyo forever already? Everyone. And guess who's already invested in Hoyo emotionally and probably financially in a lot of cases? Everyone. So why would they play your game with the same shit rates when they could play a Hoyo game that they've already spent time into, they already know about, it's already a comfort zone for them? Even if you attract people for a little while, they're always most likely going to bounce back to the gacha that they're comfortable with. It's hard to tear people away from their gachas permanently. Your game has to be better, or it has to be offering something that's better, like better rates, better designs, better whatever. I don't think it'll survive with any cosmetics. I think the problem with Duet Night Abyss is that the game just isn't that good. I'm sorry to anyone who's really excited for Duet Night Abyss. In my opinion, I don't think that game is particularly good. I think it will do better as a non-gacha than as a gacha. And obviously that's just my opinion. I just don't think it's that like standout. I'd rather just play Warframe. If I was gonna, I get that it's like anime Warframe, but it's bad anime Warframe. Like Warframe does what it's done for a long time, and it does it well, and that's why it's done it for a long time. Right, we had to stare at the fountain. And with the change to the gacha, it's even more like Warframe. Like, it basically is just Warframe. It's why I always look for games that are a bit different nowadays. I don't get caught up in I've already played my fill of like turn-based battlers, like Conquest Star Rail and open world RPGs like Genshin. I've already done that. I'm done with it. Like, I'm over it. I like something that shows a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of just something a bit different. It doesn't have to be unique. Like, Chaos Zero Nightmare is just Slay the Spire. It doesn't pretend to not be Slay the Spire. It is just Slay the Spire. But it tries to do its own thing a little bit as well. And at least it's trying something different. Like a lot of games, there aren't that many games that actually use cards like that, like have proper card building, like deck building systems. Roguelike deck builders don't really get much press in the gacha world. I think I'd probably I'd probably be more successful, if you will, if I tried some other games. If I tried like the mainstream games, but I don't want to. I'll just be bored. I'm not sure I would, actually, thinking about it. I think I'd just be bored playing them, and then nobody would want to watch because I'm just some fucking old dude playing some, like, being bored playing Wuthering Waves or some shit. Nobody wants to see that. Oh, we probably could have gone down there. Let's see slow. I gotta follow this dude around for so long. Limbus is gaining a lot of popularity. Limbus, so what's amazing about Limbus? I know they just had the Arc Knights and they hit their peak and whatever. So you could see that as like a gain in popularity for sure. But what really amazes me about Limbus is that it hasn't lost popularity like over the years. It's only stayed the same or increased. Like, that is incredible for an episodic game. And having played it now, I get why. I really do get it. Like, it's a really good game. I don't mean it's a really good gacha game. I mean it's a really good game. The gacha stuff, it's kind of separate to it. It's just a really good game. And it's a game that they've committed to bringing out more content for. So it's like a visual novel game where you get more content for it. Like, you don't finish your visual novel. You get to enjoy your visual novel again in 6 months' time. And you don't have to pay a fucking penny to do so if you don't want to. So if you think about it in that respect, like, people are paying for the battle pass to play a visual novel chapter, right? Every 6 months or whatever. And that's actually still really good for them. It's a really, really non-greedy model where they still make a lot of money. But everyone, because it's seen as a gacha, everyone's like, oh my god, this is like the most valued thing ever. This is the most valuable, cost efficient, that's what I'm looking for, cost efficient thing ever. But actually, it's just them, like, kind of making a new game, a new part for the game every 6 months. It's like a DLC for their game every 6 months. So they look incredibly generous, and they are, compared to every other gacha on the market. But yeah, it's just like they're releasing a DLC for their game every 6 months. It's actually super, super cool. And then people spend more money on the game in between, because they want to support the game, and they want the new flashy things. They just make all sorts of money. They make money hand over fist, like way more money than they ever expected to make for it, as they've said before. It's really smart and really... What's the opposite of greedy? What's the antonym of greedy? Greedy antonym. I'm going to kick myself in a second. Temperate. Temperate or ascetic, apparently. Okay, I'm not going to kick myself over that. Yeah, temperate. It's very temperate of them. No, it's not generous, it's temperate. Generosity isn't the opposite of greed. Because greed is not necessarily like a negative that has an opposite. Temperate, yeah, temperate is showing moderation. It's greed versus moderation, basically. Wanting more than you should versus wanting the amount that you should. Yeah, I actually, in fact, Google actually me because I didn't know what the opposite was. You can thank Google. Pretty much, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, temperate or ascetic? Temperate is relating to, or no, obviously this is not it, showing moderation or self-restraint. This is temperate. And ascetic, you probably seen the word ascetic used in this way, like an ascetic. But it's also this, characterized by severe self-discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence, because this is what ascetics demonstrate. But I I couldn't have told you what the opposite of that was. I was meant to do words for a living, but yeah, I still don't know most English. English is hard. English is really hard. Even I can only imagine what it's like for a non-native English speaker to try to learn English if they're not brought up with it. It must be so hard. Like, English is so complicated. Restraint could be a good term. Yeah, I mean that's what temperate is. It's just that restraint isn't a describing word, right? Restraint isn't an adjective. Sorry, guys. That must have been so boring. I'm so sorry. But yeah, they're not really, like, they're not really generous. I don't think any gacha game. I think if you describe a gacha game as generous in seriousness outside of, like, the gacha rates are generous, just as a flippant comment, you're probably a little bit delusional. Even Limbus. Because, like, Limbus isn't really generous. The game is just not greedy. It's relative. It's all relative. I think it's a very slippery slope to think that any gacha is generous. Gacha by design is not generous in the slightest. It's just somehow not greedy. I think, if anything, the people who end up spending money on Limbus, like a lot of money on Limbus, money that maybe they can't spend, they're actually kind of being greedy. It's the only game, I think, that I would consider that it's actually the fault of the user in a way. If you spend more than you should on Limbus, I feel like it's doing everything it can to almost dissuade you to not, while still being a gacha. It's really trying its best. The dispense system just alone is like, and the fact that you don't need dupes. Gacha's super cooked. I mean, Honkai Star Rail is one of the Hoyo gachas and the Kuro gachas. They're some of the worst examples for like gacha systems. I don't mean the game is bad by any means, but like the gacha system's gross in all of those games. Sometimes I see people who play Wuthering Waves trying to defend the gacha system, being like, "Oh well, it's slightly better than Hoyo's." I'm like, that doesn't make it a good gacha system, and it still means that it should be criticised. Just because you like a game doesn't mean that you can't criticise it. And you should criticise it, because otherwise they will just continue to get away with it forever. Yeah, just because it's slightly less bad doesn't mean it's fucking not dog shit. Right, we're done with Wizardry. I can go do my Limbus dailies. My Limbus dailies. Hoyo has actually got so many people that some people are genuinely like that. Like, you have all of these people coming from other gacha backgrounds, or who've played other gachas, who are like, Chaos Zero Nightmare's gacha system is horrible. And then you have people who only play Hoyo games looking at the game, and they're like, oh, this gacha system's pretty good. Like, you actually see it on post. They're like, I don't know what you guys are complaining about. This is way better than Hoyo's system. I'm like, oh boy. I mean, you're right, it is. It's like got almost double the rates on it. So if you look at it from that respect, yeah, relatively, it is a very good system compared to Hoyo's. Does it make it a good system? The jury's out. I just think gacha communities in general are cooked in lots of different ways, and no matter what you play, like gacha communities are pretty cooked. I think gaming communities, maybe it even stretches beyond that. Like gaming communities are pretty cooked. Like you have gaming communities that are so like pilled on their games, on their even their developers or whatever, that they can't see their flaws anymore. They're just so loyal to the brand. It's crazy. It defies all logic. You would think those people would be the harshest critics of their own game because they'd know it inside out and they'd be able to see it from a distance. They'd be like, yeah, like it's not perfect. There are these things wrong with it, but these are the things that I like. But like so many people are just like so deep in their game, in their franchise. They can't seem to see reality anymore, you know? They can't seem to see any kind of relative reality. It's weird. I love some of the games that I played. I played Langrisser for 7 years. I would point out all the flaws to it instantly for you. I'd be like, these are the good bits about this game. These are the shit bits about this game. Hard to disassociate. Yeah, I think a lot of it is sunk cost, right? A big part of it is sunk cost. And I don't just mean sunk cost in terms of money. I mean sunk cost in terms of time as well. A lot of people get like really emotionally attached to the game that they're playing. I understand why, like, I get emotionally attached to the characters in these games. I feel pretty attached to our Power 13, you know, at this point. I've only played this game for 3 months, but I already feel super attached to these characters. But I don't feel necessarily attached to the game itself. I want to find out more about the story. I want to find out more about the characters. But, like, I'm not. I can also recognise what the flaws of Limbus Company are, because every game has its flaws, including Limbus Company. I think the same is true about any game. You can be attached to doing Infinite Mirror Dungeons. Balik is absolutely attached to doing Infinite Mirror Dungeons. So a lot of people do. I know quite a few of the people who come through here, especially when I was playing Limbus. Absolutely crazy about Mirror Dungeons. Just play them all week long. Time is more valuable than people give it credit for. Time both has an empirical value because you can value your time based on the amount of money you can make during your, during your time, during your hour, on average. But it's also, of course, valueless in that it's your time. It's a thing that cannot be replaced. It's a thing that is completely finite. And it is versatile in that you can spend it and do whatever you would like with it. There's no other currency that's like that in the world. So yeah, I'd say time is pretty fucking important. I think with grinding, right, if you enjoy the grinding, then it's win-win. So like for the people who love doing mirror dungeons and they just want to grind away at it, like more power to you. People who want to grind Wizardry 12 hours a day to get better gear, like more power to you. If you're enjoying it, that's all that really matters, isn't it? But if you're grinding and you're not having fun, that's where the problem is. And in that case, you got two options really in a gacha. You spend more money and then you skip that part that you don't like and enjoy the parts that you do like. That is the good way to spend money in a gacha. Or you do it anyway and you just kind of hate it and you hope that whatever you're doing it for is worth the suffering that you're going through for doing it. And the moment that you realise that it isn't, that should be your trigger to be like, okay, I should stop playing this game. I think sometimes it is, Milky Way. Like in Langrisser, for many, many years, I really enjoyed Apex Arena, which is the PvP mode of the game. And I did all sorts of stuff that I didn't want to do it, but the Apex is so good and so unique that it was actually worth it for me for many, many years. And when it wasn't anymore, surprise, surprise, I stopped playing it. But that was like 7 years later. For you, generally, yeah. I think generally it isn't. I think for probably the majority of people it isn't. And they just get kind of sunk costed. That's good though, Milky Way. It's good that you get burnt out. I think it's actually much more healthy to get burnt out on a game than it is to not get burnt out on a game. Because generally if you're not getting burnt out on a game, that means that you're either really enjoying it, which is fantastic, or you are suffering it, right? Yeah, after playing Limbus and Reverse 99 and Wizardry Daphne as well, honestly, to a point, I've really grown attached to these like episodic gachas where I know that once I'm caught up with these games, there isn't going to be a huge amount of content for them, but I can just go back and, when there's new stuff coming out, I can get excited and I can go back and do it. I feel like those games are very sustainable. They're probably not great for streaming, to be honest. They're probably not really well designed for streaming, but I am also just a gamer at heart as well. I like playing the games. That's why I play them. We can play some other games that are good for streaming, you know? Like maybe... I could see myself trying to play Honkai Nexus Anima, depending on how bad it is. Like, I feel like that game, assuming it makes it past Nintendo's legal stuff as well, like, I could see that game actually being kind of fun. Petite Planet, I haven't heard of that one.
그저 명령대로 행한 것일 뿐.
썩 나쁘지 않은 수학이었어.
정해진 결말이죠.
Petite Planet, I'll have a look in a second. Animal Crossing, like, it's apparently more like, it's got Animal Crossing elements to it, I think, and then it's like auto chess style combat. Right, we can go back. I'm enjoying chatting for a second. I don't want to log off. So I'm just going to go back to Etheria for a second. You can go there to the dailies and I'll have a little look at Petite Planet. Yeah, the combat in Honkai Nexus Anima is like TFT style. It'd probably be very bare bones compared to TFT. But it's like kind of TFT style. But you use your own units. So that's where the gacha comes in. Like you buy your own units, you draw from your own units. So it will still be very, you know, very, very, very pay to win. I don't know if it will have PvP in it. It will be kind of hard for it to not have PvP in it if it's TFT-esque. But they also don't really do PvP in their games, do they? So, I don't know. Still a lot that we don't know about that game. All I know is it's more interesting than the rest of the big gachas that I've seen. The rest of the Hoyo Kuro gachas. It's probably evident that I don't care about numbers too much because I play Monsters and Memories when it comes around on the beta test and lose like half my viewers. Nah, I don't have any interest in punching Grey Raven. It's just not my style of game. I don't want to play games like that. I'm kind of over them. I was over them a long time ago, and I just haven't had the urge to try to play that type of game again. I have heard the story is very good in that game. I also don't really like the music of Punching Grey Raven. It's a bit too heavy for me. Having listened to a good amount of their tracks. Got Bloodbath here. Bulwark, Bloodbath, Fury Edge. That's close. Oh, really? We've only got one Bloodbath? Okay, we still want to do those then. Remember back when I was waiting for Punching Grey Raven to come out? I know people who really love Punching Grey Raven. Really, really adore it. I think it's quite a unique gacha in terms of the fact that it's that style with actual storytelling in it. It sounds like the story is really good in Punching Grey Raven. But unfortunately that style of combat just isn't really for me. That's just really good if you're not a free-to-play meta player. Because you would have to skip 5-year stars for weapons and cub. Yeah, of course. Whenever I play a non-competitive game, I usually do weird shit like not pulling. It's only in games like this where I'll pull. Wizardry was a weird exception because you can't actually really no pull in that game, or you miss out on the whole game. And it's really all or nothing with a no pull. If you have to bend the rules on a no pull, it takes away a lot of the fun. Challenging gachas coming out. I guess CCN might end up being challenging. It depends what you class as challenging, really. Gachas just in general aren't challenging. Like, gachas aren't really hard. You have to try to make gachas hard. Even Wizardry, like, it's not really that hard. All you need is some knowledge of what you're doing, and then it's really easy. Or not, maybe not really easy, but it's quite easy. If you have all you need is the knowledge. You don't even need like good units or anything like that. You just need knowledge of what you're facing, what you need to prepare. Like, what kind of game would you want, Fox? Like, what's challenging for you? Thinking of working through mechanics personally, I hate timers as a form of challenge. I also really don't like timers as a form of challenge. I'm right there with you, buddy. I despise timers. Yeah, I like figuring my way through problems with my own... with whatever, like, the game has given me, with whatever units that I have or whatever. It's one of the biggest gripes I have with Sword of Convaleria. Like, typically in a strategy RPG, which I really enjoy, you use what you have, and like, no matter what it is that you have, you can think your way through a problem. The way that Convaleria did strategy RPGs was they made it so you had to have X thing to basically be able to clear X stage, which just happened to be X unit that ran on X banner. X recent banner, you know? But Langrisser, for instance, Langrisser actually did do that. Like, you could solve basically all of the stages in Langrisser, all of the PvE stuff in Langrisser with any units in the game. You could do no pull on Langrisser, and you would eventually be able to get there. You'd be able to clear like 99.9% of the game. The massive, massive, massive amount of things that were in the game. But and I really hoped that we would get the same for Sword of Convaleria, and we just didn't. Not at all. Honkai Star Rail, get that E1, get the OC. I've heard that Honkai Star Rail is especially bad for it. because of the immense power creep. Like, it's very hard to clear modern stages without modern units. But that is all hearsay. It's all like secondhand knowledge. Salvatore trio of Langris held their own for a lot. Yeah, they did. They did, and they SP'd them eventually as well, and they were viable again. I played a global account. I first played on CN when it first came out because I was really into Langrisser, right? And I started a global account later on down the line. I only used the Trails of units, the original Trails of units, to clear everything in the game. And it was really fun because the tank was a Stell, and a Stell's a really janky tank, like this really weird tank. So it was fun to be able to think my way through all of the different problems that the game has, that the problems that it throws your way with this like very kind of suboptimal, in a lot of situations, tank, but could do some really weird things that tanks couldn't usually do, like could do more damage and could attack things from a very long range and that kind of thing, like pull things from a very long range. And that was really fun to me. I'm sure Honkai, if I'd got in at a ground level, I'd probably have enjoyed Honkai Star Rail in a way when it first came out. I missed the boat, and then when I tried it, I was just like, wow, this isn't it. I think I was already at the point where I didn't want to play those like turn-based battlers, like this kind of style of gameplay with no end goal, though. I think I'd already reached that point by the time Honkai Star Rail came out, because it's not like a new concept. It's not like a new design, is it? The only reason I'm playing Etheria is because it has PvP in it, and I wanted to try it because I missed the boat with E7. And there was obviously a lot of hype around it as well, so it was a game that I wanted to pick up so I could keep trying to grow the channel, because you know, ultimately I kind of need to try to do that as well. And I've enjoyed it. I've actually had quite a lot of fun on Etheria. For all of its flaws, like I still think Etheria could be an enjoyable game if you give it a chance and be reasonable in your expectations of it. But I know that in the future I'm going to run out of time to play Limbus. Like, it's literally going to be a scheduling issue that's going to make me stop playing it. It's going to be a case of like, I do not have enough time to maintain the account, because it just takes too long. Once we get other games going, I'm not going to want to log into Etheria every day to do like 1 to 3 hours of dailies. That's an immense amount of time. Absolutely, Judge. Absolutely, 100%. I will continue to defend this game against people shitting on it, because like, I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as people think it is, and also I think people shitting on it are even probably shitting on it for the wrong reasons. Ultimately, my two biggest problems with this game, fucking lattices. Dear God, lattices. And just the sheer amount of time everything takes. And if the time was less, I could see myself playing this game for a really long time. Because I don't want to stop playing this game, but I just know that I'm going to reach a point where I'm going to have to. Yacht board, because you already played E7 for 3 years. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't play E7 for 3 years, so this is still kind of novel to me. If I'd played E7 for 3 years, I probably wouldn't want to play this either. Or I would just keep playing E7, you know? Yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. I would, if the time was less, I would play more. It's an odd one because, like, I would, if there was if there were less commitments, if there were less chores to do in this game, then I would actually want to play it more, and I would want to do the arena more, and I would want to do, I'd want to do the various events and stuff more. I'd be much more happy to do them. But because they're layered with like 1 to 3 hours of dailies every day, I'm like, everything feels like so much more of a chore. I wish ER was something I could put down and pick up later, but it's, yeah, you can't, it isn't something that I could be like, I won't do my dailies today, don't worry about it. It's like, shit, I need to do my dailies every day because I need to maintain the account or I fall behind even further than I am already. And that is, of course, how they get you. But right now, we've got the time and I don't hate it, so I'm more than happy to have my fun playing Etheria. I just don't want to be... I don't want to be that guy and say, I'm going to play Etheria forever. I want to be realistic. I know I'm not going to play Etheria forever. But I will play it until I can't manage the time anymore. Which I know will happen. Yeah, I'm happy the new 2 times is the way that it is, Judge. It makes a huge amount of difference. Obviously, we've got more powerful as well, so the clears are faster. Even with my unoptimized clears. The clears are a lot faster than they used to be. Like, Plume did a lot for that. So that helps too. Yeah, like a lot of very serious players in this game at this point are on like 30 to 60 second clears on things. I'm at like 1.5 minutes clears on most of the stuff, which is quite a bit more, but I'm fine with it because I have the time, you know. And I don't have the characters built because I don't have the resources to build the other characters. I don't have several of the characters as well. For the super duper speed clears. But I genuinely like the game. I wouldn't say I love the game, but I like it. I would have quit playing it if I didn't. It's not like I'm playing it for the viewers anymore. I get more viewers on Limbus Company than I do on Etheria. Hello? Sir, please. Where are our shells? Thank you. CZN waiting room mode. Like, I don't want to big and hype CZN up too much either. Like, I should. As usual, I should, because I should be like, yeah, everyone needs to play the CZN with me. It's gonna be so good, everyone. But like, I don't wanna be that guy. I don't want to tell people that the game's gonna be impeccably amazing and gonna be completely incomparable to anything before it, because I know it's not. I just think it will be fun. I think it'll be a really fun game, at least for a while. The combat is super cool. The graphics are gorgeous. And I know I'm going to have a blast playing it. I don't know how long for. I don't know how long it will take for it. I don't know what the end game loop is like, you know? Like, maybe the end game loop's really fun and we can play it endlessly for ages, but maybe not. It's going to have a launch like ER. Some parts of the game, graphics, gameplay look really amazing. They look gorgeous. It's one of the biggest draws of the game. The people hate the gachas so much. is a gacha game cycle. People hype it up, it comes out, people grind it non-stop, they run out of content, and then dooming starts. Yeah. Some games it's worse than others though, Judge. I'd say that Etheria's was one of the worst that I've seen. One of the worst that I have personally experienced. But like, there are obviously worse out there. Like for instance, Tribe 9 and Black Beacon. They came out this year. And compared to them, Etheria is angelic. And Etheria's launch and continuance has been absolutely angelic. It's been divine. You know, so it could be worse. It could be a lot worse than Etheria. I just haven't personally played the games where it's been worse. Yeah, like, I think anyone who expects their game to have infinite content is not necessarily delusional, because for some people, games do have infinite content. Like we were talking earlier about the people who play mirror dungeons non-stop in Limbus, like all day, every day. And like, it's great. If you enjoy it, it's great. It's fantastic. I just think for the majority of people, it's not going to be the case, right? Reason why I'm comparing CDN to ER is because both games had really awesome systems, but that some of the community really hated. Yeah, I could see that. Tribe 9 or Tribe 9. Tribe 9, the greatest victim of the gacha system, but I guess it went beyond the gacha system. It was because they did a bait and switch, isn't it? Like, the gacha system was really bad until they changed it back, but like, it was the bait and switch that made all of their players leave before it even began. Rough stuff. Typical Japanese dev. It do be a bit like that. Japanese gacha just in general is really bad. The gacha rates, the systems, and the respect of time. Yeah, that's why increased voltage. That's why people were so upset, I think, because it was a bait and switch. They put that system on the beta, and then it came to actual launch, and they were like, actually, the system's gonna be this. And everyone was like, hell no. Not a fucking chance. Look at how many cash grab gacha there have been, especially this year. But every IP gacha pretty much is the same. Every IP gacha is always like that. Almost every. I'm super, super wary of any IP gacha. More so than any other game. More so than like an independent IP. It's an instant red flag just having an IP on it these days. Because they just die instantly. Or if not instantly, they get bled for months and months and months until they eventually die. Raid lead, I'm hoping Akuma's gonna do it, Judge. We need to get Akuma involved, Judge, so we can get him to do all the work. The poor kid. Poor Akuma, I feel so bad for him. I can't believe, Judge, I was actually appalled. Did you see it? That someone called him out for like, do you even farm on your account? In our guild, like someone in our guild did it, in our union. I was actually mad. I was genuinely fucked off when I heard that. I was like, what the shit? How dare someone say that to you, Akuma? You're literally the only reason why our guild does anything. Why our guild is together. Why our guild operates. Why it is alive. Like, how dare someone say that to you? That's absolutely unreasonable. Only I'm allowed to say that to him, and only in jest. No, the fact that someone said that to him in absolute serious, I was like, what's... And he was being serious. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? What the hell is the matter with that person? Like, Akuma puts genuine hours every single day into just keeping the union running so everyone can have a union that works, that functions, and that we get rewards from. If Akuma didn't do that, like, we'd have to find other unions, and A, that's not easy to find one that's even functional, and B, it's not easy to find one that's functional and it's a nice place to be where you're not getting hassled, and you know, you don't have unrealistic demands made of you, and you're not having to unbelievably try hard and burn yourself out on the game even more than the game burns you out. Yeah, about gear as well, about like farming and gear. And Akuma is farming. That's the worst part. He actually is farming. He just doesn't get what he wants or what he needs. It's just, oh man, really pissed me off. I genuinely was fucked off about it. I was like, who was it? Who was it, Akuma? He declined to tell me, which is probably for the best. I was ready to fight. I was ready to white knight Akuma. It was unreal. Yeah, don't you dare to you dare talk about me and my child again. You keep Akuma's fucking name out of your fucking mouth. I was Maddie. Yeah, I was Maddie. Like genuinely as well. Not even for some kind of fucking drama. I was just mad. I was genuinely just like, who the fuck said that to you? I will get them. I will bring them to justice. I will Don Quixote all over them. Right, guys, I gotta go. I should have gone an hour ago, but I just wanted to stay and chat. Like, I was just happy just sitting and chatting, but I need to go so I can get up tomorrow and stream again. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for just hanging out with me. I appreciate it. You guys take care of yourselves. Yeah, whatever you're up to for the rest of the night, I hope you have a fantastic time. I hope you have great luck. Hope you sleep well. If it's daytime for you, I'd suggest not sleeping in the middle of the day. I'm gonna raid Suchi. I like Suchi. Suchi's a cool guy. Suchi is a real Limbus Company professional. This guy knows a lot about the game, a huge amount about the game, and yeah, he's a beast at it. Please feel free to go over there and say hi, but if you don't want to, of course, it's perfectly fine as always. Don't feel like you're pressured to. Much love to all of you guys. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Milky Way. Thank you, Increased Voltage. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mugen. Thank you, Fox. Thank you. Yeah, just thank you, everyone. Thank you, Quantum. I've missed people as always, but just know that I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be streaming Limbus and Reverse 99. I think mainly not Limbus. Sorry, Limbus is dead. Limbus is dead forever. I quit Limbus forever until Thursday when I do a mirror dungeon. Etheria and Reverse 99. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one. Much love. Bye bye.